Now at 10, finances for a new College of Business at Pitt State find a path forward at tonight's City Commission meeting. Plus, federal grant money might provide some answers for the question of homelessness in Southeast Kansas. And meet a husband and wife who've become longtime staples of the Fort Scott Farmers Market.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The city of Pittsburgh agrees to terms with Pitt State over millions in funding for a new College of Business. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. The Gorilla Rising project aims to develop the new college as well as on-site parking at 3rd and Broadway. It would also see the redevelopment of the Best Hotel on 4th Street. The city tonight approved the funding agreement for more than $10 million. They say it'll provide a much-needed update.
Original idea was updates to the building on campus. That effort lingered and didn't quite get the traction it needed to come to completion. And so a revision to that plan just a short time ago was, let's think about a different way to do this, maybe a better way to do this. And that's when the idea surfaced to perhaps move the College of Business downtown, where it could connect with the Block 22 project that's been so successful downtown.
The city tonight also approved $32,000 in funding for the Kels College of Business Economic Research proposal. City of Pittsburgh is requesting more than $300,000 in federal funding to help address the homelessness issue. Every year for more than a decade, the city has applied for the Emergency Solutions Grant through the Kansas Housing Resources Corporation. The city requests a certain amount of funding. This year they're applying for $300,000 to aid the city's homeless community. Last year, they applied $450,000, but were granted approximately $100,000.
We also helped with homeless prevention funds, which helps individuals stay housed with either back rent or utilities assistance, and there was some funding for day shelter operations.
Funds are going to be distributed beginning on July 1st. Let's check in with meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney now for a first look at the weather.
Well, it's a pretty nice night. Temperatures now dropping down to about 70 out in Joplin. Good visibility, light winds. And across the region, we're only down to the mid 70s. We got 71 out in Stockton, 76 in Nowata and Independence, 75 in the 8th Center. So not too bad. We are dropping down to mid to lower 60s tonight. Another bit of a cooler night. But in the next couple of days, we do start to warm up, so our lows from here on out are going to be in the low 70s. We also still have some residual flooding from the rain that we got this weekend, so low-lying areas near rivers and lakes may deal with some flooding still. However, as those river levels start to go down, we're going to look pretty good. We do stay pretty dry for the next couple of days. We've got a couple rain chances in the forecast, but overall, it's just going to be a hot week ahead. And I'll have more details for you in just a bit.
See you soon. Mercy Joplin's chapter of Women with a Mission hosted a donation ceremony today. The chapter has raised more than $100,000 for such projects as ultrasound, surgical equipment, and cardiac services equipment for various departments. Women with a Mission Giving Society combines resources, vision, and passion for helping others to support and improve health care in the community. KOAM and Fox 14 are starting a summer food drive as part of our Feed the 4 States campaign. Local food pantries have struggled since COVID, so any size donation does make a real difference. As part of our summer food drive, we ask that you bring donations to your local food pantry, either in the form of cash or non-perishable food items. You can find a list of food pantries in the area on our website, koamnewsnow.com/feed. A lot of people come and go from the Fort Scott Farmers Market, but there's been one staple for the past 25 years. Ron and Beverly Brown sell fresh produce there and connect with the community through that. Beverly says her longtime love of baking really pays off when her food brings joy to people.
I got started making lots more baked goods than I used to. I used to make pies and caramel rolls, and I haven't done that lately. But I like the idea that people like what we have, because they'll brag on it. I went to Walmart the other day and Leonard came and said, "Oh, I just tried your apple nut bread and it was delicious." That's what keeps you going, when people like what you do.
The Fort Scott Farmers Market is open on Tuesdays from 4 to 6 p.m., Saturdays from 8 a.m. to noon. Summer jobs could turn into full-time opportunities. Chris Bryant looked into the job numbers for the area and explains how the unemployment rate for Springfield is doing better than the rest of Missouri.
Well, Springfield continues to be the fastest growing metro in the state of Missouri.
According to the most recent numbers, Missouri has an unemployment rate of 3.4%. In Springfield, that number drops to 2.9% and is down from March's 3.3%.
Especially in growing areas like the Springfield metro, where you see a lot of job creation taking place, and even in an area like this where our population is growing faster than most places, it's really hard to keep up with the demand for new jobs. And
the Missouri Economic Research and Information Center's 10-year outlook for jobs in the state shows that the top openings now for those with a high school education or less are fast food and counter workers and retail sales. The top jobs in the area that require a high school education are heavy and tractor trailer drivers, cooks in restaurants, and nursing assistants.
And the best thing that someone can do is to really invest in their skills development, make sure that they have the skills necessary to get those good, high quality, high paid jobs.
Jobs requiring a 4-year college degree or higher are general and operation managers, registered nurses, and accountants. By the year 2030, the long-term projections show the greatest needs in the Ozark region will be the arts and designs area, food preparation and service, and personal care occupations.
But a lot of employers are now getting very aggressive in terms of how they work with employees to try to help support them, maybe help even pay for some of that additional education that's necessary that increases your earning potential.
The labor force in Missouri is a little more than 3 million, with more than 105,000 unemployed. Missouri's 3.4% unemployment rate is lower than the national rate at 3.9%.
Leading into the summer months, the unemployment rates varied a bit in our southwest Missouri counties. Barton County sits at 3.1%, Jasper at 3.3%, Newton is 3.4%, Vernon's rate is 3.6%, and McDonald County is the highest in southwest Missouri, sitting at 3.8%. A nature center in southeast Kansas celebrates 20 years in the community. That's coming up, but first.
A painful moment for the First family as jurors hand over a verdict in Hunter Biden's federal gun trial. I'm Nicole Skanga in Wilmington with what's next for the president's son.
President Biden says he'll accept the outcome of his son Hunter's criminal case and, quote, will continue to respect the judicial process. The president made the statement after jurors convicted Hunter Biden in his federal gun case in Delaware. Nicole Skanga has the latest.
The jury of 6 men and 6 women convicted Hunter Biden of all 3 felony charges, stemming from his 2018 purchase of a revolver. The jury found the president's son guilty of illegally possessing a gun while he was addicted to crack cocaine and making false statements about using drugs when he bought the firearm. Special counsel David Weiss oversaw the investigation into Hunter Biden.
It was these choices and the combination of guns and drugs that made his conduct dangerous.
As the verdict was read after only about 3 hours of deliberation over 2 days, the defendant looked straight ahead and showed little emotion. CBS News spoke to juror number 10, who asked not to be identified.
The biggest thing that he did was lied about not being a drug addict and not using cocaine and buying a gun.
Hunter Biden faces up to 25 years in prison when he's sentenced by U.S. District Judge Mary Ellen Noreika. But as a first-time offender, it's unlikely he'll get the maximum. President Biden says he will not pardon his son.
I think the defense did about as good as they possibly could have, saying that the form was unclear, that Hunter Biden may not have been using drugs at that time, and that the definition of the term addict was left open to interpretation.
In a written statement, Hunter Biden said he was disappointed by the outcome, but grateful for the support of family and friends. After the verdict, President Biden changed his schedule to be by Hunter's side in Delaware. Nicole Skanga, CBS News, Wilmington, Delaware.
Hunter Biden's attorney said they're going to continue to pursue all the legal challenges available. Hunter Biden also faces a federal tax trial in California. President Biden is touting his administration's actions to curb gun violence in America. Speaking at Everytown's Gun Sense University, President Biden says murder is down this year and violent crime decreased overall by 15% following major reductions in 2023. He also says there's more to be done, again calling for a ban on assault weapons.
Think about it. They're weapons of war. And by the way, it's time we establish universal background checks. And by the way, and require the safe storage of firearms.
President thanked the crowd for prioritizing gun safety, saying many Americans want to see common sense reforms. Southeast Kansas Nature Center is celebrating 20 years. The center is in Shimmerhorn Park, south of Galena. You can find snakes, salamanders, frogs, turtles, and a lot more there. The goal of the center is to introduce wildlife and educate the community about the various wildlife in Kansas.
So first of all, try and give the wildlife some space if at all possible, especially because you might get to see that whatever it is you're looking at do some of their fun natural behaviors, but also get the phone out, take a picture and appreciate that moment. You know, it's neat to see what kind of animals that we have around and plants and mushrooms and everything else, but you know, enjoy it, but give it a little bit of space.
The Nature Center is open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Sunday from 1 until 4. Some Carthage grade schoolers are diving into the world of sea turtles. In advance of World Sea Turtle Day, yeah, there is such a thing, third graders at Stadley Elementary today wrote about turtles and did turtle-related crafts. It's part of their 20 Days Around the World summer school journey designed to expand the students' horizons.
We're doing great things here in summer school. The kids are having fun and they're learning a lot. So even though, you know, this is just summer school, they're still learning happening.
And here's a fun sea turtle fact. Unlike other turtles, sea turtles cannot retract their flippers and heads into their shells. A little bit later, Carl Junction kicks off summertime with a bulldog block party.
And temperatures are starting to warm up. We'll talk about all that right after the break. Well, summertime's finally here. We're getting into the 90s, but luckily tonight we're going to stay pretty cool. Taking a look outside downtown Joplin from the Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. We've got a nice night ahead. It's one of our last cooler nights of the season. We're getting down to the mid to lower 60s tonight. And the rest of the forecast, we're going to be in the 70s for our overnight lows. So really enjoy tonight while you can. We're right on average though. 86 was our high today. Average is about 85. And our low this morning was 59. So it was cooler last night. A little bit warmer tonight, and it's just going to keep getting warmer as we move into the rest of the week. We still have some residual flooding as well in some of our lakes and rivers across the region, although we are drying out. We're going to have no rain on the forecast until Friday morning, even Friday night. So outside of that, we're going to stay pretty dry. We've got a nice ridge forming over the area, giving us that sinking air, calmer weather, and a warming trend. So we were about 82, 83 yesterday for our high, dropped down to 59, 60 for our low, and then we got up to about 85, 86 today. So not too much warmer than yesterday, but still you can start to see us gradually increase. And the same thing's going to happen tomorrow. 89 for our high, so upper 80s. This is for the Joplin metro area, but if you're in the southwestern counties, probably going to get warmer than this, probably low 90s. And then in the northeastern counties, maybe a little bit cooler, upper 80s, so 85 to 87. But it is going to be pretty sunny, and temperatures across the region are still gradually increasing as we do go on that warming trend. So we've got a nice upper level ridge flowing over the area, and that just brings in that sinking air. And we do see a southerly breeze bringing in the Gulf air as well. That causes us to really have that humidity driving up those temperatures in addition to already being in the 90s. Now, on Friday, we don't have a lot of severe weather anymore, but we do have, you can see a little shortwave trough embedded in the entire upper level flow, and that just gives us a few rainy chances on Friday or Thursday night into Friday morning, and then again Friday night. So we can expect a few showers, but nothing too severe. Outside of that, it's going to be pretty dry, pretty warm, but we do still have humidity. And as these temperatures do warm up, especially this weekend, after the rain we get on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're going to be even warmer, 94, 95. And with humidity values being above 50%, it's going to feel even warmer than that. We can see heat index up to about 103 in the next week. So keep in mind that although severe weather is very dangerous, we do have number one cause of death for weather-related incidents is heat. It's the silent killer. You don't realize it's happening, but heat exhaustion, heat stroke, very dangerous. And as we get into the summer season, keep in mind, stay hydrated. Try not to spend too long outdoors. Prolonged exposure can be bad, and definitely wear sunscreen as well. But we do have a couple nice rainy days that'll cool us off. So Friday, brief showers, and then again Tuesday evening. But outside of that, Saturday, Sunday going to be our hottest days in the forecast, up to the mid-90s. And then, like I said, lows aren't cooling down much. We're only getting down to the low to mid-70s pretty much every night this week.
Okay, the nights don't sound so bad, but those highs during the day, Lindsay.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for it.
Not so great. And, you know, it says 95, but that heat index could hit triple digits. So.
All right.
Not to hurt, hurt anybody there.
Too soon. Thanks, Lindsay. Hey, the Missouri Department of Conservation wants to remind you the public frog season begins this month, beginning June 30th, sunset through October 31st. Those with a fishing permit or small game hunting permit can go frogging for bullfrogs and for green frogs. The daily limit is 8 frogs of both species combined, and the possession limit is 16 frogs of both species combined. Even if you're not into frogging, the Department of Conservation encourages everyone to get out and enjoy nature this time of year. For more information on frogging, including recipes, hop on over to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Still ahead, the pride of the Lions. John Dales has the story of the Missouri Southern golfer who took his team to the next level. Missouri Southern men's golf reached new heights this season. One player in particular helped lead MSSU to uncharted territory at the end of the spring. KOAM Sports Director John Dales has the story on the Lion who led the pack.
I just gained confidence over the last month, playing with my teammates competitive in practice, because I feel like it's all about competition and being able to perform when it matters.
Performing when it matters has become commonplace for Missouri Southern golfer Luis Limon. The Lion sophomore won the 2024 MIAA Individual Championship, was named MIAA Golfer of the Year, as well as an all-region athlete from the Golf Coaches Association, and a lot more. But all of these accolades were nearly prevented from happening about a decade ago.
My dad got me into golf when I was very young. But then, funny story, I didn't like golf from when I was 9 to 13. I was a big soccer player. But then when I turned 14, I started loving the golf again. And since then, I've been on the grind.
The grind has taken him from Guadalajara, Mexico to Joplin, Missouri. And the change in setting meant Limon also needed to change his game.
He had to adjust to some of the different circumstances here, the wind being one, and then also the grasses here are considerably different. But he's also worked very diligently. But I think what he said about his confidence level is strong. He's got a very proper attitude for golf.
In less than 2 years, Limon became the top golfer on the top men's golf team in the MIAA.
At the MIAA Conference Championship, the entire team played extremely well. The last day, and particularly the last 9 holes, and he was the anchor to that. And had a 2-shot lead playing the 18th hole, and I was standing behind him as he was preparing to drive, and I was thinking, there's no one else I would rather have hitting this shot. He's that good when he's dialed in.
Limon's season was far from finished when he won the MIAA championship, At the end of the 3-day Super Regional tournament, he won a one-hole playoff, which made Limon the first Missouri Southern Lion ever to earn a spot in the Division II National Championship.
I mean, it's pretty cool being the first Missouri Southern golfer to be there. I feel like it's going to be a good experience for me and my coach.
It's kind of an exclamation point on my career because I've not been to nationals, so I get to go as well. I get to tag along.
Limon finished tied for 70th place at the National Championship in Winter Garden, Florida. It was the first time his parents were able to see him play in person since he moved to the United States. We have more details on the story on our website, koamnewsnow.com/sports. We'll be right back. Bulldogs threw a block party tonight. Carl Junction kicked off summer fun with Second Tuesday on Main Street. The event featured food trucks, games, bounce houses, booths, and a lot more than that. The next Second Tuesday is going to be on July 9th. Of course, that is the second Tuesday of July, so mark your calendars and check it out. The weather's getting warmer, Lindsay.
Yes, it'll definitely be warmer by July 9th, that's for sure. But even this week, we've got temperatures in the mid-90s by the weekend. A couple rainy days there. Friday, got some chances of brief scattered showers. And again, Tuesday evening. We'll keep an eye on those, but outside of that, not really seeing severe weather, but we are seeing pretty high temperatures, heat index in the triple digits. So just, stay hydrated.
Stay inside.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. Don't forget the morning show starts at 5 a.m. and let's make it a great tomorrow.